Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a weekly television show called Team Chicago Challenge. My website is teamchicago.tv, teamchicago.tv. We're in Villa Park, Illinois. Route 83, St. Charles Road. We're just a little bit west of Route 83. MCC, Motorcycle Center. Ducati, Triumph, MV Agusta, Norton, KTM. Great motorcycle shop, great club, the Norton Owners Club. They've been around forever. MCC's been around forever. The next 10 or 12 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of this free motorcycle show right here in Chicagoland. I'm looking around here. There's great looking bikes, great people. The best people you can know are people who ride motorcycles. So, but don't forget my website, teamchicago.tv, teamchicago.tv. This is the new location for MCC. They moved here about 3 or 4 years ago. Jeff and Greg decided to take over this building, a former Ford dealership. The Norton Owners Group is having their annual event here, and I had a chance to talk to the president of the club.
Hi, John Ravilla here, president of Chicago Norton Owners Club. We're here at MCC for our 25th annual vintage motorcycle show put on by my club, hosted by MCC. We've got lots of good sponsors for our awards and things. We had 70, 75, 85, 95 bikes every year come out, all vintage. We have classes for everything from all over the world, for most vintages. It's a great thing. What I understand, it's the biggest vintage motorcycle show in this part of the country. I can't verify that. I've been told that. We're a not-for-profit group. Dan comes out. We draw a lot of people from around Chicago. There's people here occasionally from Michigan and other states showing their bikes and visiting us. It's a big deal. We do it every year, third week in August. We can be looked up on the web on cnoc.org if anybody needs information about next year's show.
Thank you, John, and it is a great show. And now we're looking at a new Norton. Norton is back in production. It's got a 961cc engine with push rods. It's got a 5-speed, but you can see it's got a hydraulic clutch. As we compare it to this 1975 850 Commando, we're looking at the 2016 Norton, and we can see there's a hydraulic clutch. It's a unit construction engine compared to the 75 Commando. It's a pre-unit construction. The transmission is separate. They are connected using the primary system. As you look at this other side of the new Norton, you can see it's a unit construction engine, fuel injected, push rods, 2 valves per cylinder, but a beautiful paint job. It is a gorgeous bike. It looks like an old bike, but it is modern. As we see the primary side on this Commando, this 850 Commando, with a chain drive, wet clutch. The new Norton also has a wet clutch. The front forks, the entire suspension on the new ones is all Owens, forks and shocks. But what a great bike. What a great bike. This is what the new Norton looks like. It looks wonderful to me. As you look at the trophy that's going to be given out to the best in show bike by the Norton Owners Group, Chicago Norton Owners Group, and now we're going to listen to a little bit of the trophy presentation.
Okay, there's a beautiful BSA Gold Star out there, and looks like it belongs to Cliff Berger. So you won first in class in BSA. Congratulations, Cliff. Very good, very good. Stay here and take your picture.
We are now looking at the bike that won the first place trophy for the BSA group. This is a 63 Gold Star. The Gold Star is a 500cc single cylinder engine. This is the engine, this is the bike that took Neil King to a national championship win at Ascot. Sammy Tanner, another great rider, riding the BSA Gold Star. The reputation of the Gold Star is definitely outstanding, a great single-cylinder motorcycle. And now we're looking at a 1965 A65, a beautiful BSA 650 twin. Should mention that this is when BSA, Triumph, and Norton were all competing. This is a 1969 Thunderbolt, also a 650 twin, I believe. And now we're going to have a 71 Lightning. This is the year that BSA made serious mistakes, and that caused them to go out of business. We're now looking at a 1942 or 45 military BSA 500. These bikes were sold in crates. You could pick these up for $100 to $200 back in the 1970s. This one here came out of Canada. And now we're looking at a beautiful 1948 Triumph Twin. As you can see, it's got a flathead engine. This could be either a 500 or 350, but it is absolutely a gorgeous 500 or 350 twin, and it was a non-unit construction. We are now looking at a 73 500 Daytona. This is a unit construction engine. It's got overhead valves. You can see the rocker box covers using push rods and rockers to open and close the valves. This is a gorgeous 1973 unit construction 500 twin carb engine. And now we're looking at a replica of Gary Nixon's 500cc unit construction Triumph twin carbureted. This replica looks exactly like the bike that Gary Nixon won the national championship in 1967 and 1968. And now we're looking at a Vincent. This is a 1000cc V twin, and I had a chance to talk to the owner, the man that saved us from a barn.
My name is Marvin Wogronic, live in Hinsdale. It's a 1953 Vincent Touring Rapide. It's a little different than the Black Shadows. It's a little less of a performance-wise. It's got some unique features. It's got balanced fenders instead of the aluminum bright fenders that they normally come on. It's the bike is unique, and it's a 998cc, no frame. The motor is suspended by the oil tank. It's got gearing changes in the back where you can switch the wheel around and make it for pulling a sidecar. I've had it about 15 years. It took me 8 years to restore. It was a barn find when I found it. It's been used quite a bit. I've had it up and down the Mississippi and Minnesota. Had it down on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I use it quite a bit, different rallies and shows and stuff. That's about it.
Thank you, Marvin. What a great looking Vincent. And now we're looking at a Persane, Bultaco Persane. This is probably an early 70s. And there's a Bultaco Astro. The Persane was the earlier flat track bike, and then the Astro, which shared a frame design with the Champion frame, became a very dominant race bike. And this 59A Astro belongs to Con Erskine.
How you doing? I'm Con Erskine from Des Plaines. Been racing bikes a long time, since the early 70s. I brought some stuff out here today. This here is a 79 Can-Am 370. It's very fast and a lot of fun. I've done really well on it. This is a friend of mine's 1980 440 Mako. He restored it himself. He did a beautiful job. It also is a hell of a lot of fun to ride. This is my 77 Can-Am Qualifier Enduro. I run in cross-country events and dual sport events. It's street legal. It's a great enduro bike, nice motor, 6-speed. This is my model 145 Bultaco Astro 250 flat track bike. I haven't done much with it yet, but I intend to get out there and give it a run. It's a hell of a bike. This is a 78 Bultaco, 370 Persang. Towards the end of the line of the Bultaco run. After this year, sales kind of dwindled. This is a great bike. It had a new frame, and it had another. It had gearbox redesign, frame redesign. At the time, it was a great bike, and this is a Bay Area Bultaco from the Bay Area shop in California, which was a premier Bultaco shop back in the day. This is my vintage bike. I race mostly the vintage class, the 4-inch class in Arma. It's a 74 Can-Am MX-1 250. It's extremely fast and very reliable, and I've had great runs on this bike. I've done really well, and it's bulletproof. What else can I tell you? And that's about it for today. And it's thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Con. What a great collection. And now we're looking at this bike I considered a showstopper. This is a 1947 Moto Guzzi. It is a single cylinder, 500 cc's. A horizontal engine with the external flywheel. This is a military example. Exposed valve springs. We can see the valve springs on the head of this single cylinder 500 Italian motorcycle. 1947, I've never seen an example like this. Look at the exhaust. Moto Guzzi right on the exhaust pipes. The salami slicer, the exposed flywheel. That's why they call it a salami slicer or a bacon slicer. Exposed flywheel. This is really a unique bike. I've never seen one like this. It's a great restored military 1947 Moto Guzzi. And now we're looking at a couple Wards, Riverside. I believe these are either 125 or 85 cc motorcycles. The colors are spectacular on these bikes. You got to remember the old Wards catalog was in black and white, so you never got to see the color of these motorcycles. And back in those days, at the age of 14, you could get a license and ride a motorcycle with less than 5 horsepower. This bike here, the new Norton. We're here with the Norton Owners Club, the new Norton motorcycle. Very spectacular looking motorcycle. For information on the Chicago Norton Owners Club, go to www.cnoc.org. For more information, MCC Motorcycle Center, 443 East St. Charles Road, Villa Park, Illinois. Give them a call at 847-782-2010 or go to teammcc.com. Don't forget teamchicago.tv, walkwithdan.com.